Well, good morning, everybody. This was a kind of a my head pounded all week. I got sinus infection. I'm just about over it now, but man, I think it was what Monday and Tuesday. I just felt really bad, but I'm getting better now. So, anyways, hope y'all are doing good. I'm going to sound a little congested today, I'm sure. Let's say hi to who all's in here so far. We got Chrissy. Hi, Chrissy. Chad, welcome in, bud. Annie Finn, River Rat, 3030. Morning, Ernest. Buck Williams. Norman. All right. So far, we got 10 people in here, looks like. Morning, Keith. But yeah, my nose is all kind of. Well, prayers for you, Keith. Yeah, I seen something about you being sick. Chrissy was sick and in the hospital too, wasn't you? Natural state, morning. Yeah, I'm all congested up still, so I'm not feeling the greatest again today. It kind of hit me again a little bit. Today's going to be in the 50s, northeast wind, about 6 mile an hour. Was thinking about going over to Greensburg, which is about an hour drive, so it's like 60 miles. Thinking about going over there going fishing, but as the morning goes on, I don't know. I don't want to get sick again. But yeah, I'm kind of a little stuffed up. So, but also, let's take a minute just to. I got these in the mail a while back and I set them aside and then I forgot about them. But let's just take a minute to remember OKP. So, one dude I kind of really miss. Only knew him for a year, but y'all know he was kind of an infectious man to be around. Even if it was just online, he'd get your spirits up pretty good. So just when I see stuff like that, it just makes me think about friends that we've lost. I've lost a few friends lately. I got a bunch of new ink. As you can see, I'm getting my sleeves finished, but I got that tattoo right there, that mushroom. I got that for the buddy that I lost last month. There's a story behind that. And way back in the day. So, morning, Rick. But yeah, and I'm sure being in a mushroom, y'all can figure out the story that goes behind that. Good times back in the day, good times. But what I got kind of going on today. Last week I said I was going to tie some bucktails, and I kind of want to. Um, I only got a few big heads that I want to do. I'm just going to do a traditional bucktail. That'd be no chenille or nothing on it, but I'm going to do smaller bucktails. Kind of do like a little bit for walleye and what have you. Where'd my clippers go? There they are. Hey Tom, welcome in. I didn't see you in there, but howdy, howdy. Remember, everybody, share your stuff out, share me out, share your channels out. If all the mods would post links of other people's channels that aren't mods right now. So I want to do a little bit of. I don't know why I put black on there. I ain't. See, my head's kind of in that poundy state still, so not thinking clearly. Let's go with red. I like the red better. Red works with just about any color when you're doing it as a collar. Okay. But yeah, our just recently all of our trees kind of lost all their leaves and stuff, so I thought I was safe from the sinus infection. But then I went out in the shop and did all kinds of sanding and stuff on the Rambler and everything. Hey, morning, Lance. Welcome in. And doing all that sanding on the Rambler and stuff, even having a cloth over my face. Should have probably went and got filters for the respirator because I think that's what kind of kicked it off. Of course, it don't help that our cedar trees are pollinating. Deborah, welcome in. Thanks, Natural State, for throwing everybody up there. All right, so now I need to find my bucktails. I had them out. That little fishing pole keeps jumping off of there. That's a little dock ice pole. Oh, get resituated here. Okay, so do a few bucktails, but we're gonna do them a little smaller. So let's see, the pink out, and then I want drop one. All right. Yeah, see, I'm still congested. See, that's some really long stuff there. Look at that. I need to save that for some sting. Hey, we can do some of that too. We could tie a few stingers too. Get some of this shorter. I don't want to use too much of that long stuff because that stuff's good for stinger flies. Come on, get in there. Three hairs didn't want to go in. But anyways, I'm putting this bucktail hair in my stacker. I kind of just push it like that, and pretty much just doing that causes it to stack. But give her a couple pounds, and what this thing does is it makes the hair even or eat more even. So see, I mean, there's some of it that ain't quite straight, and you can pound it a few more times. But I don't want like every single hair to be perfect length, but I want it to be like that. Can't quite see, but most of that is about the same length there. There we go. All right, so on these bucktails, I want it to be the fur to be twice as long. So there's one, and then you go two. So about like right there. Let me get my trash can up here where it's not in y'all's. Where y'all ain't having to look at my armpit every time. All right. Then you can just lightly wrap that on there a couple turns just to hold it where you like it. So see, that's pretty good. And you can even go shorter if you want. We'll make a few that is a little shorter. But I only want about that much of a collar on there. And maybe that's even a little bit excessive because that's going to be 1/4 inch wide collar. But it'll hold that hair in there, and it don't really matter if it's got that big of a collar or not. It's personal preference. And today I'm in a I don't care mood. I don't mean to be that way, but when you feel kind of, it is what it is. All right, so I'm going to grab this again. What I did earlier, what you didn't see, is I went like that and pulled all that little bitty tiny stuff out, the kind of the under fur. So then we got that. And I take my centerpiece out, and then I put that square end in there, shove it in there like that. it makes it easier than trying to stuff it in the cone. So tamp it, bang it on the table, and hopefully y'all ain't wearing earphones because that probably hurt if it did, and I'm sorry. So then get it to about the same length as the other. So like right there, I'm gonna clip. You want to get as close as you can because you want it to look right. And what I'm doing is since I did the back side of it, now I'm gonna do the other side because we're using a jig head that's got that bait keeper on there. So you got to do 3 sides to cover up that bait keeper. But if you going to do 2 colors, you can do a piece on this and a piece on this, and then put your third one right over the center, and that can be your third color. But like I said, for those that are just coming in, I got sinus infection, so I'll just a little bit down. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that shared it out. Like I said, I'm kind of moody this morning. Already growled once this morning. So when you do the bucktails, they do take a little longer. They're kind of a pain in the butt, actually. But then after you get all that in there, you just cinch it as much as you can. When you start to feel them fibers in that thread go, cracking, you better quit. You're gonna break your thread. But I go like that. I'll do about 3 or 4 wraps up to where like that. See, now that's got a nice collar on it. Now you can also get a piece of loop thread and set on there and then wrap it a few times and then cut this in and pull it through and do all that. That's nice to tuck it in, but I just wrap it and follow like that. I'll add about 3 or 4, kind of snug that down, and I lay them right next to each other so they're even. And I'll go back a little further and do that twice like that. And that's enough to lock that in. And then if it makes you feel better, which most people it does make them feel better, you grab your little bottle of epoxy. Get off of there. Get your little bottle of, or not epoxy, but it's a fly finish. It's fluorescent. So you use a little UV light to harden it up. And I need to get me another bottle of this because I'm about out of this one. So, and now I'm not putting any more on. I'm just using the tip to spread that other over all the threads. And kind of touch the threads, and stiction will pull it around. Throw a sciencey term in there. Stiction just means that something is attracted. Okay, so now I'll harden that off. So yeah, now we do that a little bit. It takes less. Why I said these take a little bit longer. So, but then you get a nice little bucktail. So, like I said, all of the end isn't perfectly even. I don't know how you can see. There you go. And it's like, so here's the profile of it. It actually a little, when you did it that way, it kind of makes them to where you can go like this and kind of work that around to more even it out, flatten it down. There you go. So now it's just about as wide as it is tall. But I like doing it on the jig head that has the bait keeper, because if you're putting a plastic in there or trailing with a worm or something in there, it'll fit down in there a little better without poofing that hair out too much, because there's already somewhat of a hole in the end of it. So I hope that makes sense to y'all, but there's a little bucktail there. I said I was going to tie uh, some bucktails today, and this is technically a bucktail, so let's do a stinger hook just to be different for a minute. Let's not stick it in my finger neither, which I just about tried to do. Okay. Now, when you do stingers or bigger hooks like this and in these kind of jaws, you want to protect that hook. So you need like a piece of paper, or I use business cards. There's a sticker and a label. You're just going to stick it right here on the corner of the hook like that. Don't mind the feather stuck on the label, but go like this so you can get it in your jaws. But this keeps from marring that hook. So it just protects the hook and doesn't scratch it and put a divot in it or some kind of damage to the hook that could cause a failure. Because you could catch a big fish on this. So I think the biggest one I've seen caught off of a stinger is probably 30 pounds. So you're catching a 30-pound fish with a damaged hook. You're going to take a chance of breaking the hook. And I don't want to do that to somebody. I don't want to be responsible for them losing the fish. Morning, Matt. Welcome in. Bugman, morning. Okay, so like I said, this fur was long. So see, you want stingers to be like long. That's probably a little excessive, but by the time I clean all the fluff out of that. Excuse me. Yeah, our weather's supposed to get bad here tomorrow. I was watching Bugman earlier. Then I got a phone call. Then I got busy doing stuff. Got busy talking to Naomi and the kids. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I was watching Bugman. I got back on there and had to apologize. But I know I didn't need to apologize, but I felt like I needed to. Come on. Work with me. Work with me here. Get in there. All right. Naomi, can you turn that down a notch? That dude's screaming. Thank you, dear. All right. I don't want to get yelled at by YouTube for y'all being able to hear the news, especially the news channel I watch. Their logo's a big giant N. So let you figure that out. Okay, so like stingers, like if we do it like this long right here, that's like 5 inches. Let's do it about like that long. I like doing them as long as the fur will just about allow. So what you do is, like I did before, just a couple light wraps, and then you hook that on there pretty good. Like that. See, there you go. I don't flip it over. Do another of that color just to help hide that hook a little bit. Matt, did I say hi to you? If not, I think I did. Ah, get in there. All right. Boy, that one's long. Okay. So you want that to be just as long as that one. So you got to reposition, figure out here. So that one's going to go like right to there. Get that loose, two loose loops, and then you cinch. Okay. I think I'm going to have to put just a little bit more on the other side to hide that hook better. Yeah. And it's okay to have these things pretty full because, I mean, you're technically you're trying to catch catfish with these things dragging behind your big bait. So if y'all don't, hey Art, ain't seen you in a minute. Welcome in. Excuse me, I'm kind of a little congested. I keep coughing and I sound funny. Or at least I sound funny to myself. I probably sound funny to y'all all the time. All right, so that's about how long we want that. I want to go ahead and knock that a couple times with just a little bit of unevenness. There you go. Yeah, see that hair's so long you didn't even have to pull it out the other end. I said, and then also with that light shining in my face, it's not like when I'm tying these for myself, it's a little easier because I don't have that big bright light shining in my face. So I want y'all to be able to see. So yeah, that's just about right. All right, so now get that on there. All right, I want this one to be two-toned, and in the water it's going to, be pretty much be like this because of the way stuff acts in the water. This is going to act like a top rudder type thing, and it'll go through the water like this, I'm sure. I watched some underwater footage of a guy that had stinger on, and his was floating just like this. So but so what you can do is you can put a lighter color here, which I'm going to put on. A lighter color. You put a darker color on here, but then you can go a lighter color and then a darker color, or then you flip it over and then you put since this is dark down here, a darker pink. You can put like a purple on top of it or what have you. Let's see if I can find my color that I'm after here. But can't find it. Oh, I had a. Oh, there it is. I don't know if this purple is long enough. Yeah, it is. Just barely. Okay. So we'll go back to here because this is going to be the lighter color. So I'm going to put it on the bottom. Then I'm going to take this purple. And I don't even know if the catfish can see these colors. I think color, a lot of things, I think color makes a difference a little bit. But pink and purple or gray and purple or gray and white, all of them are, just bait fish colors. And this one, I'm going to leave the end like that so it blends in a little bit more. I want it about that long. So I'm going to take some more of that under fur out. I see a little bit more of that area. All right. What color works best? I wonder, maybe red. Hey Rex, morning, welcome in, bud. Okay, so Rex is making a video this weekend. Since I've been sick, y'all probably going to get to see mostly Rex. in our edited video, it'll probably mostly him trout fishing, and then like I don't know what all he's going to do. We talked about like the trip to that I did designers to get my rod holders in his Mr. Jim's store, Designers Angling Supply. So we'll see. But yeah, make sure y'all check it out. Later on, there'll be an edited video out. Rex does a real good job editing, and he's turned out to be a great guy and a good friend. He does all of our editing for us, and built my website and all that. He's helped me out a lot. Okay, so now we got that darker color on there. Whoops. Rowdy, welcome in. All right, so I'm parting its hair here. There you go. So now we're going to take and we're going to hold that back like that, and we're just going to wrap this up tight and get everything hidden and whip it off. Now this one didn't have no flash in it. I just wanted straight out color. And you can do them with flash in it too. And then you got to epoxy it. Hey, Buck. There has been a lot of fish caught on red and white daredevils. Right on. Yeah, that daredevil, red and white daredevils is one of my favorite lures. I have quite a few of them. I don't use them very much anymore. When I loved to use them was when we had boats. So most of my daredevils are probably 20 years old, 15 years old. We haven't had a boat in 10 years since I've been in the wheelchair. Yeah, see the like in my area, we have a lot of shad, so I do a lot of grays, and then in we also have a lot of bluegill. So you doing greens and yellows and blues and chartreuses and stuff like that works pretty well no matter where you're at. Now this one is since this hair is so long, it's going to be a little hollow, so it's going to want to stand off there a little bit. Let's kind of smush it down, and there you go, tuck it in. So there's a stinger fly. Now let's go back to just tying little bucktails. Stingers take quite a while to get them. Okay, so like let's do a smaller bucktail. So this is right there's a 16th head on a 2/0 hook, so it's a big hook. Shrink that back down. Maybe that's just that's a 2/0. I had to look at it closer. But yeah, what I was going to say is, if you have a lot of shad in your area, stick to colors that work well. So blues, grays, whites. Sometimes red and white does kick them off. I mean, sometimes that red, it gets them. But who's to say though? Say here's my thought. If you're catching them on one color, but you're only catching them every so often, but you're doing it even though it's a good day. So maybe you're like just tearing them up, but your idea of tearing them up may be different than somebody else's idea of tearing them up is kind of what I'm saying. But if you switch colors, who's to say you can't catch twice as many? So luckily for me, I got a Gregory that goes through everything in his box. He'll make 3 casts with one lure. He don't get nothing, he's switching to something else, and he'll do that. And then once he starts getting fish, he hones in, more individual. And all we do is go, "Hey Gregory, what do you do? What do you got to finally? What are they betting on there, bud?" And he'll show us, and then we'll tie that on and we'll start catching. So, I mean, I usually stick with colors I know works at certain areas. Now, like if we go to new places, like today we're talking about going to uh, Greensburg and go fishing, and if we do, it'll be a new lake to us. We've never been there before, so we'll have to experiment. And like I said, with having Gregory, we experiment pretty well. But when I go to a new place like that, first thing I'm going to throw is I'm going to throw something that is silver or gray, or I'm going to throw something that's pink and chartreuse. Of course, I'm going after crappie and stuff. But I'm also going to have a catfish pole out because that's what I do. Usually, if we're fishing, we'll put a catfish pole out when we're crappie fishing and what have you. So, all right. So, like I said earlier, we're going to make one a little shorter. So, this one's only going to be about 1.5 times the length of the hook body, but that just puts that hook further back to snag something in the mouth. All right. Which also on this, we're going to make a little smaller collar. Have to do this a couple times to get off of as much as I want here. All right. Get that stacked up. That blue is hard to see. Like I said, if y'all are wearing earbuds, I apologize if that's killing your ear. I still think there's too much under in there. Okay. Like I said, with these, I do a little at a time. So now I got the one side and that side, and then just about over to this side, kind of take my nail and manipulate some of that fur. Probably just need a little couple extra pieces there. See, this is why. Hey, look at there, Miss Pontoon Jody. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Hope everybody in here's had a good week. I didn't see a whole lot of videos this week. Just kind of relaxing and not doing much. My headache, my sinus infection. There's a bunch of stuff going around right now here in my town. Everybody's kind of getting sick. My son Matthew was sick last week. I think he's what got me sick. And then going out in the shop and doing all the sanding and stuff on the Rambler I was doing didn't help my sinuses none. Who knows where I got it from. All right, so now got that in there, and I'm gonna make this one two-toned also. I got my blue out. Hey, Bobcat, how you doing, bud? Hope you're doing good today. Y'all, if you're mod, share out your channel. If you're not mod, share out their channel. This channel is all about sharing out to everybody and sharing information, and most of my information is kind of useless. At least I think so, but there's enough people that seem to want to watch. I mean, I just tying jigs, to me it's not no big deal really, but ooh, you know, it'd help if I picked up both pieces. Get in there. Trying to get that in my stacker. So like I said, if y'all wearing earbuds, I apologize. Those two hairs was longer. All right, now put that right there. Put that right on top, right there, like just like that. Hold it in place, and then lock her in. Got a little bit of blue showing through. Hide it up. Okay. Now whip this one off. Whoop. Yeah, I better go ahead and do that twice. So this little lake that we're talking about going, oh, hey, there's Mr. Tolley, Big Slim. Yeah, we this little lake we was going to today is like 22 acres, and they say there's flatheads in there, but I think our water finally is our water's like high 40s, mid 40s with the snow that we had last week and the cold. So actually, it might be low 40s by now because that was the other day. I'm sure it probably is mid to low 40s. So flathead probably ain't gonna bite unless you throw something right in front of their face, but channel cat will. So there's your bucktail. That one kind of poofed out a little bit too. But you get that wet, it'll lay down. All right. Now we can let's see what color should we do now. Let's do something a little brighter. Okay, so I went over to our local angling supply place, and they had this bag of bucktails, and they've been used. There's some like you could see it's taken off of there, right? But guess what? Guess how much it was? Look right there. I paid. There you go. I paid $2 for that whole bag. Now you tie one bucktail, and there's $2. So it was a good buy. But let's kind of see if any of they left any yellow on this thing that's any good. Not much. See, they cut most of that yellow off. But all this back stuff you can use for flies. So I'm good, still good with it. It's kind of, I ain't even gone through this bag yet. I just bought it because it was $2. See, there's some green. That's kind of a little bit of a red. Let's go ahead and do that. And then let's grab, surely we can get enough off of that yellow. All right. Oop, and there's a little piece of blue. Right there's a little piece of blue that broke off. That's a dark, kind of a back piece. Okay, let's get a jig going. Quit talking, David. All right. So this is just a number. This is a 1/0 hook. This is a little smaller hook, and this is an 1/8 head. Get that on there. Just keep our red stringer going because we're gonna use some red and make Christmas jig. Morning, Coastal. All right. Get all that under fur out of there. Stick that in the stacker. You can use the back stuff for jigs too. Oh yeah, most definitely can. The back stuff's just not as long, so you got to use them for shorter jigs. But I do enough of the like right here. See, and if you get down into like if you look at this, it's got there's like a pattern to it. So, Matt's right. You can take this, and if you stand it up, you get frosted tips kind of in the little band right there. Don't you fall. My lid was fixing to fall. But those make good jigs right there like that. And we're going to go back to this one here. Make it about right there. So this is going to be a three colored one. So we'll put the red on, get it on there. That red is going to be right there like that. Then we're going to see if we can get enough of this yellow off of here. Like right there. Okay. Hey, Ernie. Okay. Then I'm going to put this yellow stack it right here on the back. Okay. And as long as you got red sticking out both sides. And over here is just a little bit short of red. Pull them longer ones out. See, when you, like I said, this is the reason why bucktails cost as much as they do. Not to mention that the buck tails are just expensive to begin with. Because bucktails now are $12 for a tail. If y'all didn't know, that's expensive. When they used to be like $5-6. You can get them on sale for like $3.99 back then. Hey Terry. But yeah, back in the day, you could get them pretty cheap. Not no more. I mean, literally, they're $12 for a bucktail. It's ridiculous, and you can only get like, I mean, you'd be lucky with the jigs that I tie. You'd be lucky to get maybe 30 jigs out of one tail. 20 if they're bigger jigs. I mean, it don't go as far as you think it does because I mean, like I said, and like Matt said, you can make jigs out of the back, no big deal. There went my light. We're in the dark now. My battery wasn't charged. I forgot to charge it. That's one of them little uh, hoop lights that run off of the USB. So I just had a battery, external battery shoved in it. All right. All right, there we go. Come on, David. cover that little piece right there. There we go. All right, now let's whip her off and get her fixed up. All right, there we go. Now let's comb it out. Just got to part the fur on each side of the hook like you need to. There you go. So you get a little tri-colored. Now my light's dead. It's kind of hard to show y'all. There you go. Hey, Tim. Welcome in, bud. All right, now we gotta do. Let's do a blue one, and let's do another blue one. Let's just do another blue one. Oh, I hear clappy slappy. Gregory stomping his feet as he's running up the ramp and porch. All right. Oh, Gregory got some more clothes. Okay, so where that little piece of blue that we had, it's a real.
You gotta show Dad.
It's a real dark blue. All right. Let's get in there. Come on.
Yes, I put it on the board.
All right, so there's that dark blue. Yeah, what you got, Gregory? That's what Anyfin said.
Also, pepper shakers, you better show her. Let's show this up.
Get over here, Gregory. Anyfin's probably working.
You got to show you my new cut.
Everybody likes seeing your show and tell. He got a lot of stuff. He's getting out of the bag.
Hey.
What are you so out of breath for? What'd you do? Run all the way home? Hold on a minute. Let me get this locked in here, and then I'll turn the camera on you. Yeah, it's funny, Anyfin and everybody else. I keep saying I'm going to make a shirt. It says, "What you got, Gregory?" Hey, there's catfishing for real. Brian, I believe is his name. I met him, and I'm really bad with names. It takes me a while. Okay, what you got here? Let's show him. You really ran home. You shouldn't run so hard in the cold weather, Gregory. All right, so he loves Volkswagen Bug. So like, there's the back of the Volkswagen Bug, and there's the front on a cup. This is for Naomi because she loves them too. Naomi would love to get a 17 window, but damn, them things are expensive. Here, then what else you got? I can't get the camera much closer. What is that? You gonna tell him? Yeah, put him on the spot. Salt and pepper shaker, and then you got some clothes, huh? Whoops, I'm showing y'all the ceiling. What you got? Some fuzzy pants, so you can wear underneath your other pants. You got some more camouflage and pants. And more pants. So if y'all don't know, Gregory is autistic, so he don't like to talk. And he if you watched any of the videos of us out fishing, he only wears camouflage. Now, some shirts and stuff you can get him to wear that has like sayings on them, like, you know, he had one, "Does a bear poop in the woods?" and things like that. So How much did all that cost, Gregory?
How much did you give them? 20? 10?
5?
$1 a piece. $1 a piece
Okay,
for the
so the
clothes.
clothes were $1 a piece, and he spent less than 5. He gave him a $5 bill and they got change back. So that's a pretty good bargain. But our little thrift store here in town, it's pretty cheap, and we have a lot of reservists and stuff here that or people that uh, are in the military actually that donate clothes. But we also have an armory. We have an armory here, so even the armory, gives stuff to the thrift store. But none of it has any markings on it. You don't no stripes or nothing like that. We're not. He's not out to dishonor or anything like that. So,
throw the grocery sack in the trash, but the actual trash can.
One of my biggest pet peeves in life is people stealing valor, and it's actually a felony to pretend like you're in or were in the military if you were not. Plus, it's just flat out disgusting. I have plenty of buddies that served, and if you steal their honor, then I have no respect for you. And like I've said this many a times in my life, you know, respect is earned, not given. You don't have to respect anybody until they've earned that respect. People these hey Catfish Fresno. People these days and Randall Rhino came in. I don't remember if I said hi. Sorry guys, but people these days think that they're automatically entitled to respect, and you're not. All right, so there's a nice little pink and blue. Got it painted up. See, there you go. Nice little pink and blue. And that was just out of that blue was just a piece of trash out of that bag. Could have been thrown away. But I whoops, I'm getting a message. We got an email. What does it say? Oh, just Chamber of Commerce. But I appreciate y'all coming in here. We got 21 people in here. Let's let's let, let's just tie a few regular jigs just to get it. Whoop! Don't die, you lid. You keep trying to freaking jump off of there. You're gonna make me mad. Make me mess up. Last week at the end of the show, I accidentally cussed. I didn't mean to, but it came out. It just slipped. I said I was gonna go BS with my son, but instead of BS, I said the whole thing. I apologize. I don't like to cuss on this channel. Now on my Lemon Fab channel, that's kind of fair game. I don't care if it's shop talk. When you're in the shop, sometimes things just come out your mouth. So if you do go over and watch my Lemon Fab channel, just be forewarned. It's just a shop channel. I'm just doing things, made a video on making the rod holders and did video on the press and stuff like that. Going to have more content on my 64 V8 Rambler. Yeah, catfishing for real. I sent you a message on Messenger the other day when you asked about a box or said something, commented about a box. Yeah, I sent you a message about that box the other day. You commented and you still haven't looked at it. But yeah, I can tie up a box. Just message me, Brian, and we'll talk about it. If you look at Facebook Messenger, I sent you a message a while back. Um, just after the show, hit me up and we talk about it and tell me what colors you want, or if you just want me to make up a mixed box, I can do that. He's a local guy here in Kansas. Y'all don't have him. Go check him out. I think he does more on Facebook because I see more stuff on Facebook, more posts on Facebook. But he's a cat fisherman. I mean, chases other stuff too, but I think you primarily cat fisherman. Are you not? Well, yeah. If you slip, bust knuckles, I mean, it's just there's times I mean they'll and I try not to put that stuff in the video, but when I do videos for the shop, sometimes I'm just doing a recording with my phone. On my other channel, I'll record with my phone and just do a one, 5, 6, 7 minute video showing what I got going on and stuff. The work's already done. I just showed you what I did. And so there's nothing that's edited and stuff. So I can usually get through one of those just fine without cursing. But if I'm in there and I'm making a video that I'm going to edit, which I hate editing, that's why Rex helps me edit for this channel. But on the Lemon Fab channel, I do all my own stuff for that because it's just piecing things together. I don't need no cartoons in there. I don't need no humor or nothing like that, really, except for my own. I probably don't have much humor, but the that channel is going to get back up and growing a little bit just because I am starting to work on the Rambler again, and I want to put that online. So, but I don't want to put it on this channel just because I want this to be a fishing channel. But I got too many things going on at once, but it keeps me busy and keeps my mind straight and keeps me from wanting to drink and do all that stuff. Because I tell you what, if I had the chance to just sit here and drink beer all day, and I could afford it, I'd probably do it. But then you don't get nothing done. Nah, I drink beer once in a while. I didn't drink beer for a whole year, and then I started again when Mikey came, and I need to quit that too, just so I could lose weight again. I've lost quite a bit of weight, but kind of gaining some stuff back. Well, not gaining nothing back, I shouldn't say. I'm just staying there. I haven't moved in 2 weeks, same weight, but I'm you know, starting to get to where the fishing's going to be a little bit more. If I get over this cold, whatever I got going on, I get back out there and then I won't be wanting to sit here and eat. That's my thing is, even though I'm mostly eating meat, I still just want to sit here. I want to eat breakfast, if I'm here. So because Naomi wants to eat. So then you get out the sausage and the bacon and all that stuff. And then noon rolls around, the kids want to eat. So then you're like, there you got to do something for them. And then, dinner time rolls around and you like cook supper and then you see the food and then you just want to eat. So it's kind of, I mean, I've just eaten too much again lately. I think it's since Thanksgiving. So I've stayed the same weight, which is good. I haven't gained none, but there's that little jig. Let's see what that. Yeah, right on. I will. I'll let you know. That was. Yeah, I just wish I get over this head congestion. This head congestion is killing me. A freaking headache almost every day. We'll see how it goes today. See if I stay feeling better. Boy, see, look at that feather's all jacked up. I don't even want to use it. Don't even want to use it. I know it's a waste, but I cut through it and get enough out of it. I'd get one piece, and sitting there taking my time dealing with all of that ain't worth my time. That's kind of my thing. I don't know why I keep setting them scissors down. Keep thinking I'm gonna have to grab some bucktail or something. One more. All right. Now a little flashy. Where's Matt? With Aaron?
No, sit on the couch.
Oh, he snuck in. I didn't even hear him. Matt's sitting over there on the couch. He's actually being quiet. I was surprised. Ha! All right. Let's do a little different color because we just did the sour truth. Got a piece in here. There's one. I like this color too. That this is kind of a yellow with a peach in it. I got something underneath my vise that's sliding all over the place. All right. There's another one. Hey, Tin Man. Howdy, bud. So there's you another one. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to call it. I'm kind of done sitting here. I got to go to the bathroom. My head's pounding again. Go drink some coffee, wash some of this sinus down. It's like right here. If I could push right here. See, that hurts. This means my sinuses are all impacted. But yeah, catfishing for real. I'll send you a message here after a little bit. If y'all didn't see earlier, we did tie some bucktails. So there's some bucktails that we tied. Just kind of a recap of what we did. Started off with one like that. We did a little one for Christmas. So this be like a little, I guess, a little bluegill pattern, you can say, right there. And then we tied a stinger. So nice big stinger. This is what you drag behind your big giant baits for catfish or for a wiper or a striper to snag a hold of about, a foot or so behind your, getting the camera, Dave. About yay so far back behind your live bait. Just tie this on, use a Palomar knot on this end or whatever you like, and loop knot on the other end and hook it up, or tie it off to the head of your, or to the eye of your other hook and just string behind or something. So when I did it back in the day, when we did it, all we would do is we'd have our hook tied up. Let me get another hook and I'll show you real quick. Okay. Get out of there. All right, so we'd have a hook up here, like this up here, and that's tied off to your main line and all that. So that's what your big bait's on. Then back yay far, you have this that just trails behind. So if they go up to investigate that live and decide that's just too big, they don't want it or whatever, they might snag that, or they just may come up and see this and think this is an easy prey following the other, snag this off thinking it's not paying attention or something. So want some stingers, my stingers, give me a holler. If you want some jigs, give me a holler. If you want some of the new rod holders, which I don't have one in here, but if you want one of the new rod holders, give me a holler. going to run a deal on the rod holders until the end of the year. It's going to be 2 rod holders mailed to you for $52. So that's a that's the best I can do, and I'm losing money, but I think that's a good deal for everybody to get a rod holder before Christmas. So if you want a rod holder over the next weekend too, I kissed her and got her excited. What are you doing? Oh yeah, I love you too. Oh, I love you too. Oh, you crazy dog. Oh dang, now I'm all wet. And Gregor got her all excited, and then she come over and took it out on me. But yeah, now I forgot what I was saying. But anyways, yeah. The rod holders. Yeah, $52 mailed to you. Um, like I said, I'm taking a loss, but I got a dozen or so I want to get rid of. But I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all are awesome. Every one of you have a blessed week. Remember, tomorrow's not promised, so do what you can today. So you never know. You may not wake up tomorrow. Hopefully, we all do. But you never know. We've had friends so far this year. You know, we've all had that friend. So miss that, buddy. Anyways, y'all be blessed. We'll see you next week. Next week will be our last show until after the first of the year. We're going to do some giveaways next week. I got a pile of jigs sitting here. Those bucktails that we tied today, all of that stuff, we're going to do giveaways next week. We may not even tie much jigs next week. We may just sit there and do giveaways. So it'll be my Christmas gift to y'all. So remember, next week, don't be late. It will start at 8:05 Central Standard Time. So all you East Coasters, that's 9:05. But anyway, it seems like all my East Coast got, all my East time zone fellas and ladies, they all kind of come in later and stuff. So, but yeah, y'all be blessed. Y'all have a great and wonderful day and wonderful weekend. And catch y'all on the flip side. So later, everybody. Go tie something.
Hey, Di, unplug it.